Hi ladies, look at this cute card we're going to make today. It uses powder pink and blooms and wishes. Join me in the craft room as we make our card and decorate the inside and the envelope also. Okay, time to get started on our card. This week I am using powder pink and blooms and wishes, and I'm specifically going to be using this stamp, and that stamp. So we'll see what happens. I need a scrap of Whisper White, and this one is actually 3 by 3. And this one is powder pink, and it's 3.5 by 3.5. And I have my card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. All right, I also have my basics, my Tombow glue, my dimensionals, my bone folder, my tear and tape, my scissors, and this one I will need a pencil for. I also have my glue dots because I need to use the ring for it. So with your card, your Whisper White 3 by 3, take your glue dots, and it doesn't matter what size you have, because what you're going to do is you're going to use a mechanical pencil and you're going to lightly trace inside, very lightly, just so you have something to go by. Then, using your powder pink ink, and this is really light, so that's the reason why I've opted to use two stamps. I'm going to use the spray first. Looks like little leaves. And then I'm going to use my, oh, I pressed too hard. Hold on. Let me flip it over. Sometimes the photopolymer will do that. And the fact that I don't have a mat under here also affects it. Let's see. Better. I just don't press as hard. Now I'm going to use that. I'm going to hide the tail in my one already stamped, and I'm going to stamp my way around my ring. So I'm basically using my stamp set to create a wreath. And I'm just going to work my way all the way around, being very careful not to press too hard, since that. And then the last one, you want to make sure you come up high enough to kind of hide that. That's why we're going to use this one. Now we're going to ink this one up, and I'm going to stamp it right over top where my joins are. And I'm going to again hide my tail inside my wreath and work my way all the way around. I'm going to get to the end. So now I have my wreath. Isn't it cute? All right. Now, let this dry really good before you do anything with it, because we're going to erase that circle, but I don't want to erase it just yet. I was looking for a sentiment to put in there, and I don't see one that will work because they're too big. The For You I know is way too big. Let's see if the Best Wishes will work. Best Wishes. That one will work. Okay. All right, I'm going to pull it out, put it on a block, and I need a Post-it note. And as it works out, I have a piece here that is a scrap, because that's all you basically need is a scrap. So I'm going to first off mask off wishes. All right. And I always turn it over and look to see that I've got it done right. I'm going to ink up best, take off my Post-it note, and I'm going to stamp best. And I'm stamping it towards the top because I've got to get the other one in there. Now I need to clean this, because if you don't, when you stamp your wishes, you're going to have best in there. This time I'm going to cover up best. Oh, I got it upside down. That wouldn't be good. Make sure you haven't covered up any of your W. Ink it up and stamp it in the middle. There we go. So I have a best wishes card. Could be used for anything. All right, again, since I just stamped on that, I'm going to give it a little bit of time. I don't know why I'm putting this away. Give that a little bit of time to ink up. I'm going to pull my card base out, and I'm going to do my fold. All right, and I'm going to take that other little stamp, and I'm going to do some stamping all over, and I'm going to use some generation stamping. All right, I need to pull in a paper here. Yeah, see what's happening is that'll probably be hidden though. Let's do this. All right, since you stamped off, what happens, and I'll show you on the next one that I do. Let's do this one here. And if I was going to stamp that one, see how it's darker? That ink didn't come off. So if you do that on the edge, know that you've got to, and I'm probably going to have to do some off stamping to get the other pieces in here that I want. I forgot. See, I told you and totally forgot. That's all right. It'll work. All right, where's my piece? If I finagle it right, it won't matter. All right, I think I've got enough on there. All right. So let's go back to our card, and then I'm going to use my pencil eraser, and that's what's great about a mechanical pencil. I don't know why, but you can erase your pencil line and it doesn't show, it doesn't mess up or anything. Might have something to do with the lead or the eraser. There. Now you can't even tell that I used a circle to get my circle. All right. Pull out your glue. And let's add it to our piece here, if I can pick it up. I'm going to use my grids to make sure I get it in there. Right. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to take, and I'm going to use dimensionals on the back of this. I need to cut a row. So let me cut a row. If I can find my yucky scissors for cutting. All right, so I've cut it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add dimensionals all the way around, and I'm adding a little extra than I normally do, just to play it safe. And then I need to cut it again. And I'm going to put one here and one here to help support that center. Okay. Now you could very easily use one of the other flowers that is in here. You could use a bigger circle and do your wreath in a larger circle. I have a lot of glue dots to take the backs off, or dimensionals. All right, you could use a bigger circle. I'll show you what I mean in a minute here. Okay, you could use a bigger circle, and then you could stamp one of these flowers and fussy cut it out and pop it in the center so that the circle goes around it. So there's another idea. You could use this as a background. Lots of different things you could do. You could even use an entirely different layout. You could do a strip and stamp it with the same two that I did all the way down, you know, just as sprigs type thing. Then put a layer of the pink, a layer of the white, stamp your flower on it, or stamp the flower, cut it out, you know, use the pink. Lots of ideas with this set, so don't overlook it. All right, let's see what we're going to be doing next week. All right, I've got Garden in Bloom, and let's see what color we're going to use. I got two, and I looked, so I'm going to take and pick again. Oh, Bermuda Bay, one of my favorite colors. All right, join me next week as we make a card using Bermuda Bay and Garden in Bloom. I hope you enjoyed my card today. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you come back and next week to find out what I do with Bermuda Bay and Garden in Bloom. And don't forget, do the inside of your card and your envelope. Have a great day, ladies.